Dear friends, 780 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. In southern war zone in Kherson, Krinky Bridge had no changes and similar situation in Antonovsky Bridge. On Zaporizhia front, Robotyne, where Russians have made some advance holding almost 30% in last week or so. Fight is continuing for the center of the establishment. While in Verbov, the fight continues northwest of it, no changes. Rimivki salient towards Staromayorsky fight continues in west of it, no changes. While in Eurozone side, Russian army made some minor gains. Coming to east on Marinka front, Novomykhailivka, where Ukrainians hold a minor piece of land, effectively that boils down to two OPs, that is observation posts and one firing point, where Russians made some more gains and now hold almost 99% of the village. Next, of course, will be Vyimka. As far as Mashinostroitel is concerned, Russians made some gains, now hold 60%. Pobeda, Russians made some small gains, again holding 90% now, while Georgievka fight continues. Ukrainians are holding almost 80% of the village. As far as north of Marinka is concerned, that is Krasnoe, fight continues, no significant changes. Coming to Avdiivka, Nevelsky, Russians made some gains. Pervomaisky, we know it remains under now Russian control. And also adjacent to it, Netailovo, Russians made some small gains. We have come to the west of Avdiivka, where Russians made some gains towards Yasno-Brodovka from the southeast. Umansky fight continues. Russians advanced almost 100 meters in the southern part of it. Semyonovka, Berdichi direction. In Semyonovka, Russians advanced holding almost 90%, while Berdichi they advanced 200 meters, now holding 90%. North of Avdiivka, that is Novokalinovo, Russians advanced from south and southeast almost 300 meters inside now. Bakhmut front, Krasnoe. Once again, Russians have advanced from the southwest towards Stupochki and hold 98% of Krasnoe as per an estimate, while towards Chasiv Yar the fight had just begun since last week and they made some advance toward the south and continue working inside the city. Bogdanovka has finally fallen and Ukrainians have withdrawn whatever part they were holding. In fact, Russians have advanced north of Bogdanovka almost a kilometer, that is from the flank, and have reached Kalinovka. After Bakhmut, if Chasiv Yar falls, then the entire front starting from Druzhkivka, Kramatorsk, Slavyansk agglomeration will be threatened, and probably that is the last control of Ukrainians as far as Donetsk is concerned. North of Soledar, Siversk region, Russian army after 3 days of fight have moved northwest of Berestov towards Vyimka, though it is still held by Ukrainians, and Russians have also advanced towards Verkhny Kaminsky direction. As far as Belgorovka is concerned, Russians have again advanced towards Quarry and now hold 10% of this village. Coming to north, Liman Kremina direction and also towards Serebryansky fight continues, no changes. Sinkyuka, where Russians hold now 55% of the village. There have been no changes since last 2 weeks. Interdiction missions. Russians are continuing series of attacks with UAVs, missiles against Ukrainian power/energy sector. Yesterday they hit Motor Sich plant in Zaporizhia, where aircraft AI 450 engines and UAVs components are assembled. They also hit various other parts of Ukraine using land as well as airborne platforms. Ukrainians continuing launching UAVs like over Rostov, Belgorod, and other regions. Palestine, Israel, Middle East. As far as Gaza Strip is concerned, no big changes. The IDF continues its airstrikes and artillery attack in center and more in southern Gaza, including Rafah. Yesterday, Hezbollah carried out more than 50 rockets, and all over media we can see videos of swarm of rockets, especially towards North Israel. And it seems that Israelis' so-called Iron Dome is saturated. US has said that in case of Iranian attack to revenge Israel, it will intercept any launch towards Iran wherever possible. Its hope relies on the presence of Eisenhower nuclear powered aircraft carrier in Red Sea, which now has moved close to Israel. Earlier, US said that Iranian attack against Israel to revenge is expected on 12th April with more than 100 drones and dozens of missiles hitting military targets inside Israel, which hasn't materialized so far. Nonetheless, something may happen. Well, that's all for the day. Thank you, friends.